Hi Capricorn, welcome to Lit Intuition Tarot, Twin Flames in Recovery. My name is Kay, and this week I have been focusing on the twin flame connection for my viewers. So looking at both sides, both polarities, I'm seeing it, as a yin-yang symbol. So during the days, I will be doing the yang part of your sign. So if you vibrate more at a light or masculine active frequency, regardless of your gender, then this would be your reading. Now if you find that it doesn't resonate, I will be doing the yin video for your sign this evening, which focuses more on the shadow, feminine, or passive polarity, again, regardless of gender. And we all have both within us to varying degrees. So a note about that though too, although I don't ever do these readings with the intent to spy on one's twin flame, if you are a cross watcher, I don't judge or say that's wrong. I just ask that you use your discernment. I will be using the term you throughout here to refer to Capricorn Yang collective, so reverse roles if necessary. Whoops. These cards are sticking a little. I've just got 2 more shuffles left to go. Any information that you'd like about this channel is in the description box below, as well as a link to my website where you could book a personal reading or order a personalized avatar birth chart. So I pre-shuffled 3 decks before I started so that y'all would only have to sit through 7 shuffles and not 28 of them. We are going to start out by pulling 2 cards from the I Ching of Love Oracle as an overall theme for your reading to get started. So the first card we have out is 35, Game of Love. And then we also have 11. It says Harmony, Love, and Peace. Okay. I'm going to read the brief meaning from the book here. 35 says, Game of Love. The prophecy is favorable. It speaks of expansion. You have finally understood that love is a game. Nothing in you prevents it from being what it is anymore. Okay. 11 says, Harmony, Love, and Peace. In this fusion of love, we find ourselves immersed in the fullness of the present. In it is complete fulfillment. Allow yourself to be lost in the brevity of this instant in the arms of your loved one. Do not ask for anything else. Okay, so love is just a game, perhaps, in some sense. And it doesn't need to be held on to too tightly. So I'm going to move these off the table and then lay out the tarot. This has been an interesting experiment for me. Some of the yin readings come out a little nutty. Like last night, the Gemini one was kind of off the hook. So yeah. Anyway, come back tonight for your yin reading. Y'all saw me shuffle these tattoo tarot deck on camera. I'm just going to split it now and see what we got. Okay. So the first card out, Capricorn, we have the Sun. Major Arcana for Leo. Then we have the Hanged Man, major for Pisces. Okay. The 6 of Wands, Leo energy. The Knave of Wands, same as the Page. And then for the bottom row, we have 4 of Swords, Libra energy. The King of Cups, which I see as Pisces, Scorpio, sometimes Cancer. The signs don't have to matter. I just like to bring them up in case they're a confirmation for someone or in case you're interested. Then we have the Fool, another major, this time for Aries or Aquarius. And the Magician, the fourth major out of 8 cards. That's significant. And that is a major for Virgo and Gemini energy. Okay. So I've pre-shuffled this Pocket Edition Radiant Rider weight deck. I'm going to use that to clarify. First, I'm going to go based off of what we have on the table. If you find yourself to be more of the runner in the connection at times, Capricorn, this first card is a message addressed to you from Spirit. The Sun. You know, I'm going to go ahead and start off clarifying that right off the jump, though. Because I know what the card means, obviously. I'm not tapping into anything intuitively right now, not going to lie, as far as how that's a message to the runner. So let me get a couple cards on that. Spirit, please clarify the Sun for Capricorn. 3 cards or less. Okay, well, we have the Queen of Pentacles, which is your energy, Capricorn. So I believe that this is saying to you, you can't run from yourself. And, you know, eventually, I think it's also kind of a promise of hope, clarity, and joy. With the Sun there, you know that there's really nothing to run from within yourself. Perhaps start to illuminate some of those things that you're running from in order to gain more clarity so that you can see your self-worth and see what your goals truly are. That's all I'm getting from that for now. I just want to mention, though, I kind of explained a little bit more in some of the other signs. If you're here, then you're probably somewhat familiar with the twin flame idea. But the runner would be more if you find yourself with like an avoidant attachment style, you have a hard time reaching out first. You might cover up your emotions instead of processing them. You know, you might kind of chase them away by self-medicating or distracting yourself, that kind of energy. So yes, I do believe that Spirit here is saying to just illuminate yourself. You know, look at yourself, know thyself. With the Queen of Pentacles, regardless of gender, again, representing Capricorn. To me specifically as a court card, I know it can represent other signs as well, but in this case it seems pretty clear it's talking about you. So next we have the Hanged Man. If you resonate more with the chaser, sort of, if you identify more as a chaser, let's say, so someone who has more of maybe like an anxious attachment style, tends to reach out first, even when you know you probably shouldn't, likes to really keep track of what your twin's doing, where they are. You know, sometimes you feel like your twin is pushing you away and you're constantly trying to pull them back in. If you have that kind of energy, the Hanged Man talks about seeing things from a different, higher perspective, which of course is part of the whole twin flame thing. Because as you and your twin mirror each other, you reflect back some of your own inner wounds and insecurities, which you're able to then go within and heal. So perhaps seeing the connection itself in a larger way, instead of just like, you know, what it's doing or not doing for you here on the earthly plane. Let me go ahead and clarify that as well, just to see if there's anything more specific to get out of it. So we have the Six of Cups here, Sun in Scorpio, and the Four of Cups, Moon in Cancer. I believe this is talking about, I don't believe, what I'm picking up is that Spirit is seeing that you have felt at times in your life rejected. This is one of your main wounds, which can be common, but that this does stem from situations in your past where you perhaps lost loved ones that you felt genuinely close to, and like you had perhaps even a past life connection, or these could have been people that you've known all your life, like from your childhood, or even family members, and they made you feel like you weren't worthy, or they made you feel like you weren't enough. And that may be why you deal with your insecurities in general, of course, and around the twin flame connection here specifically, by chasing, by constantly needing validation from the other person. It stems from an inner childhood wound. Okay. So next we have the Six of Wands. You and your twin are drawn to each other by this sense of victory and celebration. When you come together, you feel like you're winning. You feel like you're on top of the world, that you could conquer anything. And you feel like this is something that others see too. So you guys have such a dynamic kind of interplay between you that it's noticeable. It catches the attention of others. And they say, of course, that one of the main points of the twin flame connection is that if you do achieve union, which would be a type of celebration or victory, of course, it shows to the rest of the world what unconditional love really looks like. So this is what draws you together. It's a higher sense of purpose. It's a sense that when the two of you are together, you can achieve great things, and that this is something that can even be noticed, that can be taken note of, and perhaps used for the benefit of others. I'm not going to clarify that. What makes your connection so great here, there's passion. With the Page of Wands, there's always a little bit of curiosity. You know, you might not feel like you ever really know the other person completely, even if they are the other part of your own soul. There's something always that kind of like that sparks your interest, you know. So even if you haven't been around this person for a long while, you might hear some intriguing piece of news about them, or hear that they're doing well in this way or that way, and there's kind of like a youthful curiosity to explore more, to get to know this person, to reach out to them. With the Four of Swords down here, what can complicate the connection at times is that it can leave you feeling alone, or like you want to be alone, so that you can go within, get in touch with your inner self, get in touch with the divine through prayer, meditation, whatever methods that you use for your spirituality, yoga, you know, different visualization and relaxation techniques. So that's not a bad thing, and this isn't even a negative spot. It's simply saying what complicates the connection. The two of you may often feel like you're isolated or disconnected from one another because you find yourself retreating into yourself to deal with some of the things that confuse you about the connection. And since I'm especially seeing the Page or Knave here of Wands as being one of the great things about your connection, when you go into these retreats, so to speak, you're not communicating with one another. Now, it's possible that you might be on the 5D, but in the 3D there may be no communication, so this can leave both of you feeling at a loss as to what the other person's really thinking or feeling. I'm going to go ahead and see what I can get on that. Okay. So we've got the Nine of Cups. Yes, so this is focusing on self. And the Nine of Cups, again, is not a bad card. But it can be that when you reach a feeling of frustration with your connection, that you focus more on satisfying self and going after things that are going to make you happy alone. And again, while that is not negative, it's absolutely necessary for growth and for self-love. It can complicate things because you two may at times have very divergent interests, or you may have very different taste in what makes you happy. And so if you go into, you know, kind of minor arcana version of hermit mode here with the Four of Swords, to explore more about yourself and what makes you happy, it can in a way create more distance between you and your twin. However, if you want to look at the flip side of that, it can create more for the two of you to communicate about when you come back together. You know, this is what I've learned, or this is what I'm interested in. Gives you something else to share. With the King of Cups, your twin touches you very deeply on an emotional level. I feel that there have been many times, though, that it's created emotional imbalance for you, or that perhaps this was, you know, we all have to learn emotional maturity along with other types of maturity as we grow and as we age. And so I think that this experience has brought you to a place where you're able to master your emotions, where they don't take complete control over you and cause you to act impulsively. Spirit, please show me, okay, 2 cards flipped over. It's a double flipper, as I like to call it. We got the Ace of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, And we also got the Death card, major for Scorpio. So a lot of scorpionic energy there. Doesn't have to mean anything though. But yes, this is leading to an emotional transformation of sorts for you, Capricorn, and that's helping you heal. It's helping you to develop self-love with the Ace of Cups. And it's causing you to be able to tap in to those deeper emotions, even as you learn to balance and control them. You're just becoming more aware of your feelings and of who you are as an emotional being. With the Death card, I already mentioned transformation. So I'm seeing again, it just confirms that you may have at one point been especially emotionally sensitive, especially up here where it shows if you were in more of the chaser energy with the Hanged Man, and then the Six of Cups and the Four of Cups. That you may have, in 6 plus 4 equals 10. This may be something you were stuck where you were constantly trying to find emotional fulfillment in some way, shape, or form by chasing someone else, by proving that you mean something to someone, and your relationship with your twin is helping you to transform that into a state of emotional maturity. How you've helped your twin to heal. With the Fool, I think that you've helped them to leave old concepts and structured ideas behind, taking a leap of faith. They may not have been aware of the twin flame idea before you. Maybe you've brought it up to them, explained it to them. It could have caused them to look more deeply into their faith or spirituality, causing them therefore to take a leap of faith, because as they begin to see the connection between the two of you and that it's undeniable, it kind of leads them on like a whole new journey. Let me get a couple on that, or 3 or less, please, Spirit, for Capricorn. Okay. So we have the Strength card, major arcana for Leo. Flipping over. Yes, you're causing this person to have the courage to branch into... I should probably close the window because that truck out there is really annoying. Oh well, I guess for the next reading. Yeah, so this person, you're causing them to be able to take a leap of faith in a brand new direction with courage and compassion. 2 major arcanas there. That's a beautiful energy. For the last card in this spread, with the Magician, the energy between the two of you when you're together, basically it's limitless. There's limitless possibilities. The two of you are able to manifest together, whatever you want, whether that's to be a power couple, in the public eye that's celebrated someday, or whether it's just to have a wonderful marriage or partnership or family life, whatever. That is really getting on my nerves. I have to close the window. I was going to try to wait till the reading was over, but I can't do it because it's making me super irritable. Shut up. That's a little better. And I probably shouldn't have had the window open when it's like below freezing anyway, but I digress. So finally, yeah, with the Magician, you can basically create anything that the two of you want together. So, let me just see, I'm going to clarify that as well, and then we just are going to pull a couple of Twin Flame Oracle cards before I end the reading. Well, what we got the King of Cups again, which we had in how your twin helps to heal you. So the two of you together, this is obviously some kind of lesson in emotions as well. It could be that, as I mentioned about you, perhaps Capricorn, either you have to work through some emotional issues in order to gain that depth and maturity with each other. The Magician, I see here too, with Gemini and Virgo, and it's an air, ruled by Mercury energy. It can be very playful and fun, the two of you creating together, that kind of thing. But it's also creating this depth of emotion between the two of you that will keep you even more connected. If that's possible. You're always connected on a soul level through your silver cord or whatever the case may be. But having an actual love for one another it's looking like it's very, the main component of your relationship of what you're manifesting. And that's beautiful as well. And I don't actually know that any of the other twin flame readings I've done have come out quite this clear cut and pleasant. So this is the energy that's available for you and your twin flame, Capricorn. I'm going to go ahead and split this pre-shuffled twin flame oracle deck and get 2 of those to end the reading. First we have perception, red flags, delusion, perspective, see through your own false beliefs. So just be aware about that, especially if you're leaning toward being the runner or the chaser right now. You know, it says, was something about seeing clearly? No, it just says see through your own false beliefs. So yeah, with that sun there, you know, being clear about who you really are and your self-worth. And if you're more of a runner, you know, recognizing and understanding that these beliefs that you're not good enough or that you're not worthy, and that you have to chase love, you know, seeing those as being false, seeing what you really, again, your own worth. And then for the second one, we have transformation, going along with that death card down there. It says breakthrough, reinvention, you're ready for the next level. I do feel like I'm speaking to a fairly highly ascended Capricorn here. Yes, it is the yang reading, but we all have shadow as well as light elements within us. But it looks like you guys are really on track, you know, vibrating high on your spiritual path at this time, Capricorn. So, Spirit commends you on your work. And with that, if this reading resonated with you, I would greatly appreciate your likes, shares, subscriptions. Tap the notification bell and the all button, and check out your yin reading this evening if it interests you. See you guys again soon. Thanks, Capricorn.